Hi there! If you're feeling overwhelmed by the thought of huge spreadsheets with endless rows of product options, then this is the video for you. We'll talk about how product data is organized in SaleSqueze, how to prepare your own product data, and finally, I'll show you a few different ways you can import the data. Let's get started. At the core of every product configurator is the product data. When we talk about master data, we mean any and all data that is used for configuration. This includes products, various options, prices, etc. In SaleSqueze, each list of options that can be used in a feature is called a datasheet. Each row in the datasheet corresponds to one option, and the columns contain various data fields like name, description, image, and price of the option. Since you need all this data to be able to actually set up your configurator, it makes sense to prepare it in advance. There are a few different ways to import data into SaleSqueze and also a few different locations in the software itself where you can do it. Today, I'm going to show you the easiest way to do it. We're going to be creating data sheets as we build our configurator. This way, you'll only import the data that's really needed, and it will all stay neat and organized. I'll use this example of a modular house. By the way, this modular house configurator is available as a template, and let's say that we want the potential customers to be able to select the color of the door handles. In the toolbox panel, I'm going to click on Add Feature, and now this text box appears. Give the new feature a name. We're going to say Door Handle Color, and then select the datasheet feature type by clicking on this blue tag here. So if you already had a datasheet you could use, you would select one in the drop-down here, but we're creating a new datasheet, so we're selecting this option. There are some other settings available for this feature type, but for our example, we can keep them as they are. Click Save to create the datasheet. As you can see, the datasheet has opened right here in the Configurator Builder. You really don't have to jump back and forth from the Builder to the Master Data section because everything can be accessed in the Builder itself. Now it's time to fill in the data we need. I'm going to keep the data in this example really simple, but of course, you can make it as complex as you need it to be. It really depends on the product itself. The datasheet is basically a simple spreadsheet, and you can add rows and columns as needed. There are a few different types of columns you can use. We have a few default types, but you can also add as many custom parameters as needed. The custom columns have the same types as features, so that means you can have text, integer or decimal numbers, dates, Boolean options, and files. So let's type in the data manually. I'm going to start with the code field, which is the only mandatory one. You can use any internal codes you already have, or just specify something that will make it easier to manage in SaleSqueze. I'm going to add 4 options: black, chromium, brass, and brushed metal. I just used the name of the material or the finish itself. Now let's add a name, which is what the customer will see displayed in the configurator. I'm going to click on the Add Column icon over here and then select the default column. Okay, now let's add more columns. I'm going to add an image column so customers can get a visual idea of what the handle is going to look like. And let's say that these handles all have different prices that affect the total price of the modular house. So I'm going to add a price column as well. And now all you have to do is go into each field and enter your data. To upload images, just double-click on the upload icon and you'll be able to select a file on your computer. If you don't have a lot of data to add, the manual method may work fine for you. But it's more likely that you have a lot of data and long descriptions, and you probably don't want to fill everything in manually. So I'm going to show you how to copy and paste your data from a spreadsheet. I'm using a Google Sheets file for this, but Excel also works. All you need to do is select the fields that you want to copy in your original file, like this. Then go back to SaleSqueze and click on Paste TSV. A dialog box will pop up asking you if you want to append your existing data or overwrite it. I'm adding additional colors, so I'm selecting Append. If you're starting with an empty datasheet, it doesn't really matter what you pick. And voila! The data has been imported. This works the other way around too. You can click on Copy TSV to copy the whole datasheet to your clipboard, and then you can easily paste it into another spreadsheet or datasheet.